Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota. Today, CORMEDIX Incorporated just filed a Form 8K, and I am seeing a key update on a promising drug. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company announced preliminary top-line data from a big study for their drug REZZAYO. Alright, so what exactly is this filing all about for CORMEDIX Incorporated? Well, it's a current report, basically an announcement of a big event. In this case, the big news is about a study for their drug called REZZAYO. This stuff is for stopping serious fungal infections. The company put out a press release on the 27th of April 2026 with an update on their phase 3 study. This study is called RESPECT, and it is testing REZZAYO for preventing invasive fungal infections. So, what does this mean? It means they are sharing early results. The thing to watch here is how this data might change things for the company down the road. Now, the company itself, CORMEDIX Incorporated, is based in Delaware. They are listed on the NASDAQ Global Market under the ticker CRMD. Their common stock is trading on the NASDAQ Global Market. Looking at the research context we have here, CORMEDIX Inc. is in the healthcare and biotechnology sector. They have a market cap of about $587 million. This filing is about a key drug in their pipeline. The news itself from the 27th of April is that the phase 3 RESPECT study is showing positive signs for REZZAYO. This study is focused on its use for prophylaxis, which is basically preventing something from happening, in this case invasive fungal infections. When a company announces positive trial data, it can be a really big deal. It suggests the drug might be effective and could move closer to broader approval and use. This news is pretty exciting because it suggests REZZAYO is performing as well as existing treatments for transplant patients. Transplant patients are particularly vulnerable to infections, so a new effective preventative treatment could be a game changer for them and for hospitals. Now, what about the future? If this drug gets full approval, it could significantly boost their revenue. We saw some revenue guidance discussions back in January 2026, and positive trial results like this could certainly influence future revenue projections. It is also interesting to note that back in February 2026, the board approved a significant $75 million stock buyback program. This often signals confidence from the company's leadership in their future prospects. Now let's look at the forward-looking statements. These are basically the company's educated guesses about the future. They often use words like anticipate, believe, expect, and plan. They are warning that actual results could be different from what they expect. They mention the risk that trial data might change as more information becomes available or is interpreted differently. This is standard stuff. They also talk about potential inability to enroll or retain patients for future trials. Development of safety or efficacy concerns, and competition from generic drugs. It is important for investors to read this section carefully as it outlines the potential risks. Finally, the filing lists the exhibits. The most important one is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release itself. This is where all the detail we discussed is located. So, what is my take on this? This is a really important update for CORMEDIX Incorporated. Positive trial data for a drug in development, especially one for preventing serious infections, is a major step. If the RESPECT study continues to show strong results and leads to regulatory approval, it could be a significant catalyst for the company's growth. The existing news about matching standard care and the stock buyback program also paints a picture of a company that feels pretty good about its direction. Of course, there are always risks with drug development, data can change. And regulatory approvals are never guaranteed, but based on this filing, the preliminary results look promising. My biggest concern is always the successful navigation of the regulatory process and market adoption. Once approved, what I am actually looking for next is the detailed data from the study and any early feedback from regulatory bodies. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you found this valuable, please like this video, subscribe and join our Discord community linked below.